Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. I have a die. Do you want odd or even?
We'll choose even.
Even. It is an odd.
Okay,
So I will take the play.
sounds good.
I'm gonna keep this.
We're gonna throw it back.
All right.
A little too risky. Yeah, I've been having a ton of fun in the format. Played a couple. I mean, not a ton of different decks. I played against Mono Black Zombies twice already.
Okay.
Which it seems. I mean, Duress and Cabal Therapy have felt like really strong cards.
Yeah, you really can't go wrong with those. It's
Like oh, like it's a nice 1-2 punch. Then I played some like the Welder, that like Tangle Wire and smokestacks and that kind of interaction. Like that was
okay.
some shenanigans there. That was kind of difficult. And then the toughest was Andrew Walker's Stifle Knot. I need to really reevaluate what type of hands I keep against that deck.
Wait,
It
Andrew
was a
was
bit. I
playing
was
that?
yeah. We played a kind of late night session, and it was a 3 color. It was like Esper Stifle Knot. Oof,
Is
oof.
that Jarrett?
No, and Andrew Walker.
Oh, I just didn't know
Was
he had those
was
cards because he's
he
playing Oath and stuff. I played him. Well, I used to play him a lot, and I didn't know
yeah.
he had any of those cards. So
Yeah, he's got some. He's got. Some, I think it was one of his brews. He was a sneaky brew he was working on. So that was awakening. We can keep this hand. We're gonna bottom. Let me think here. We are going to bottom. Makes the most sense. Yeah, we'll bottom this card.
okay, I will
Um.
start with a
Yeah.
Bloodstained Mire. You can go ahead.
All right. We'll draw. We're going to play an island. Pass to you.
We'll draw. I'm gonna fetch down to 19.
Stifle.
Okay, I will play a Bloodstained Mire. I will. I'll go to 18.
Okay.
I'll get a swamp. I will cast Duress.
Um. We'll daze that. Turn the
Okay,
island.
alright. I am done after that.
All right. We'll draw for turn. We will go Galvamaya Coast. Take one. Go to 19. Out of green. We'll play Baskin Root Walla,
Sure.
and we'll pass you 4 cards in hand.
Okay. I will draw. I'll play a Tainted Peak, and you can go ahead.
Tainted Peak. Is that just
So tap that
recipient land
colorless.
for red
It
black?
can add black or red if I have a swamp. So yeah,
If you have a swamp. Okay.
yep. So yeah, I can. It can make
So
black or red
it's
right
just like
now.
a buddy land. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah. I'm still pretty new to the format. So trying to
Yeah,
learn the
it's
lands
not
as
that
well.
commonly
Okay.
played of cards.
Awesome.
So and don't worry about it. You can ask about anything. So
Okay. So untap, upkeep, draw. Um. Hmm. Interesting. Play an island. Move to combat.
sure.
Attack for 1.
Yep.
No effects. 17.
Yep.
Pass to you.
I will drop.
Sure.
Play a Sulfurous Springs. I will tap this for black. I'll cast Hypnotic Specter.
We'll tap this for colorless. We'll mana leak it.
Sure, go ahead.
Cards in hand.
I have 4.
All right, so we'll draw. We'll go. Flooded Strand.
Okay.
We'll move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
Attack for 1.
Yep.
I will pay a life, pump into 3.
Okay, so I go to 14 and you're at 18.
18 to 14. Yeah. And then we will pass you 3 cards in hand.
Okay. Draw. I'll play a Mishra's Factory, and you can go ahead.
Untap. Upkeep. We'll go to 17. Fetch the island. So Mishra's, it's a 2/2 to act, and you activate it for, is it 1 or 2?
Yep, for 1 colorless, it can become a 2/2 artifact creature. It also has the ability to tap to give a assembly worker, whatever creature type it is, +1/+1.
+1/+1. Okay. Okay. A little man land. All right. And can it pump itself?
It can, but it won't be able to this turn because it has just come into play. It will have summoning sickness if it's a creature, but on my next turn, it would be able to pump itself.
So it can block as a 3/3 for 1 mana.
Yeah. Yeah. One other mana. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, not this turn. My next turn, it will be able to.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So yeah, we'll draw for turn.
Yeah.
Now this is where the decisions actually end up happening. And you've got 3 cards in hand or 4?
I have 4.
4 cards. Okay. And I've seen a hippie and a duress. We'll start off land for turn. We'll go to combat.
Okay.
Attack.
Yep.
All right. We will pump to 3.
Okay. Go to 11.
14. 16. All right. And then let's see here. I've got 3 cards in hand. Pass to you.
Yeah, I will draw. I'll play a Bloodstained Mire, and you can go ahead.
So still 4 cards in hand?
Yes.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Very interesting. I'll play Wood of Foothills. We'll fetch to 15.
You're 15 or 16? Oh, I think you took a damage from a pump. Okay. So you're 15? Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have missed one. Okay.
Yeah, I think you missed a coast pump. Yeah. And then we're gonna grab. Let's see, where are you, Forest? Oh, top of the deck. All right. And we're gonna tap 2. Colorless. And try to cast Aquamoeba.
Okay, that resolves.
All right. Got 4 in hand. Cut. We'll pass to you. 2 cards in hand.
How many cards in your graveyard?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You have 2 cards in hand.
Yeah, 2 cards in hand currently.
All right. Yeah, I'll draw.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Duress.
Duress resolves. Arrogant Worm and Nimble Mongoose.
Okay. I'm gonna play a Sulfurous Springs, and then I'll pass the turn.
Cards in hand?
At 3.
3. Okay. Yeah. Your end step will try to Madness Arrogant Worm with Aquamoeba.
Yeah, I'm gonna fetch in response. I'm gonna go to 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that resolves.
Okay. To my upkeep.
Yep. Go ahead.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. We're gonna go to combat.
Sure.
We'll attack with the squad.
I will activate the factory, and I will block Aquamoeba.
Okay. Before damage, we'll pump the Root Walla.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yep.
And then before damage, we'll discard to 3/1.
Okay.
Then to damage.
All right. Before damage, I'm going to.
So 3/7.
Hold on. I'm going to cast something before damage. I'm going to use mana for this. I'm going to cast Insidious Dreams, and I'm going to discard Lightning Bolt and Dark Ritual. So I'll read this card.
Okay.
It's 3 and a black. It's an instant. As additional cost to cast or play Insidious Dreams, discard X cards from your hands and search your library for X cards. Then shuffle your library and put those cards on top of it in any order. So I'm discarding 2 cards, so I'm going to search for 2 cards and put them on top of my library.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna look this card up just because I want to see the art real quick.
Yep. I'm gonna. This resolves.
80%. Yeah, so it does resolve. Yes.
All right. Well, I'll search and then you can look it up.
Insidious Dreams. right. It's a sweet little tutor effect right there.
Yes. Right. So these are the 2 cards I'm getting. I'm going to order. Put them on top. So we're going to damage. I'm going to take 7. And
7, yeah.
These are going to trade the land and the Aquamune.
Yeah.
So I go to 3.
And then, so I guess there could be board wipes. Yeah, we'll pass to you.
Okay. I will draw. I'll tap this for red. Colorless. I'm going to cast Erratic Explosion targeting you.
All right.
Most people would have to read this one anyways. So.
Okay, and then.
So I'm gonna flip the top card of my library, and it's gonna deal damage equal to that card's converted mana cost. I'm targeting you, and I'm flipping over Draco, which has a converted mana cost of 16.
Sick. So sick, dude. That's awesome. Right on. Yeah. Alrighty, game 2. That is a sweet combo.
I was just worried about more counter magic, so I'm like trying to wait for the last second.
Yeah. Well, now I know what.
What's going on then?
What's going on? I know what to prioritize in terms of my counter magic.
Yeah.
So bolts as well. Huh. Interesting. Play. $13, $14, $15. All right, we'll try this. So, what would this deck? What would be the name of this deck?
They call it Draco Blast. Is just kind of the name.
Draco Blast.
Somebody played it like a couple months ago and trying it out.
That's sweet. It's sweet to have like a kind of an I win button.
Yeah.
Understanding where my life total's at, in relation to what I need to play around.
It
reminds me a lot of like Valakut in Modern, where you go below 17, you can die way quicker than if you were at 18 or 19 life.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I have noticed is playing this mana base. It's really painful. Like these colors are just not supported that well.
The blue-green mana base is blue-green madness especially. It's sometimes it just deals you a bunch of damage. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I'll take the play.
Sounds good.
3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Good luck. Have fun.
You too.
It's close, but. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mull my hand.
Okay.
Before you even draw yours.
I'll look at my 7. I will keep this.
Okay. All right. Keeping 7. Here's a cut. All right, first mole. Yeah, we'll try this out. We're gonna bottom this card. And we will Flooded Strand or Polluted Delta. Sadly, the last old border or new border card I have left.
All right.
We're gonna sack it just because I can't have it on the battlefield anymore. We'll go to 19.
Right.
Get an island. Passing the turn, my friend.
All right. I will draw. I will play a mountain. You can go ahead.
All right. All right, cut. I will draw. Wooded Foothills. And yeah, we'll pass to you.
I'll play Sulfurous Springs.
Okay.
I will. I'll take a damage, and I'm going to cast Duress.
All right. Well, we have Circular Logic, Stifle, Aquamoeba, Rushing River, and Flooded Strand.
I'm going to take Circular Logic.
Okay.
And I'm done after that.
Pardon?
You can go ahead.
I can go?
Yep.
All right. Upkeep. We'll go to 18. I was asking other people, like, is there any equity holding up fetches in terms of like giving up information early in the game? I mean, obviously, if you play around Stifle is a reason not to, and if you already know the deck, it's kind of a moot point to hide information. But like game one, is there any reason why you wouldn't crack a fetch earlier than later?
Yeah, there's like very minimal things.
Okay.
There's no like cards I guess to play around. It's more of just like if you ended up never needing to use that fetch land, you could like if you have like Portent or some random cards in your deck where the shuffle effect is relevant. But yeah, most of the time it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Would there be any signaling in terms of like when I crack it that would give you more information that I don't have Portent in it?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
And I mean, like the equity that you're giving up is like pretty minimal. I think
it's minimal. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to get
Yeah. No, I love those little like tiny little aspects of the game, and so.
What actually matters in those situations?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have effectively taken me off the counter magic, so we're gonna crack. We'll go to 17. Grab an island. We are going to try to cast Aquamoeba.
Sure.
And then we'll try to cast the Nimble Mongoose.
Yep.
Then we'll pass to you Rushing River and Stifle on hand tapped out.
Okay. I'm gonna lightning bolt the Aquamoeba.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna draw. I'll take a damage down to 18. I cast Mesmeric Fiend.
Okay.
So it's a 1/1 when he comes into play. I look at your hand. I can take a non-land card, and that card's exiled until he leaves the battlefield.
Leaves the battlefield. Okay.
I will take Rushing River.
Yeah, sounds good.
Right. And then you can go ahead.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw. And he's a 1/1. 5. Yeah, we'll pass to you.
Okay. It's 17. I will attack.
Yeah, we have to respect it. We'll block.
Alright. You're rushing over back. You can go ahead.
Keep, draw. Foothills, pass to you.
Go ahead. I have 7 cards in hand.
All right. We will draw for turn. Cast a Root Walla.
Sure.
Pass to you.
Draw. I will play a mountain.
Okay.
And you can go ahead.
Untap, draw. We'll go to combat.
Sure.
In for 1.
Yep.
All right, 17. Second main. Tap 2. Wild Mongrel.
Yeah, that resolves.
Pass to you.
Alright, I'll draw.
Sure.
I will play a Sulfurous Springs.
Okay.
And I'm going to take 2 damage, adding black mana. I'm going to cast Phyrexian Arena.
All right, and that's, let me just look this up real
An
quick.
enchantment at the beginning of my upkeep. I lose 1 life and draw a card.
Okay. Let's see, and you've got 6 in hand now?
Yeah, I have 6 cards in hand.
Okay. Yeah, that resolves.
You can go ahead.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw for turn. We are gonna go to combat.
Sure.
Come in for 3.
Okay.
I think here we sack. Go to 16, as crazy as that seems. We will Madness of Worm to make it a 3/3.
Yep. You have 3 cards in hand. I'm going to. I'm going to lightning bolt the Root Walla.
The Root Walla?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to take 3 down to 12.
Yeah. All right, 16 to 12. And we're gonna pass you the turn.
Okay.
And then stifle your Phyrexian Arena trigger.
Okay, so I stay at 12. I'll just draw from my normal turn then. Okay.
Yeah.
I play Bloodstained Mire. I'm going to fetch down to 11.
Sure.
Plus 1. I'm going to cast Insidious Dreams. I'm going to discard discard 2 cards. I'm going to discard Red Elemental Blast and Insidious Dreams.
Red and Insidious. And how many cards do you have left in hand?
I have 2 other cards.
2 other cards and red up. Okay.
All right. I will get to. I'm going to shuffle, put those on top, and I'm done after that.
All right, so you know the top 2. Keep draw. So you have to play to our out. Careful study.
Yep.
Draw 2. We are going to discard. Arrogant Worm and Rushing River.
Okay.
Will Madness the Worm. We'll play a Flooded Strand. We'll go to combat.
Okay.
Die for 6.
6. Okay. I'll take it. I go to 5.
Okay, let me think about this. So you're at 5. If you have it, you have it. Got the arena. So maybe. Yeah, so we'll pass you the turn, and then we're going to fetch to 15, stifle the arena trigger.
Okay.
Or, sorry, pass you the turn.
All right. Okay. So this trigger goes on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then
Yep.
I'll stifle.
Okay. So you're going to 15. You stifle the arena.
15. Stifle the arena. And
okay. I will draw.
Sure.
I will cast Erratic Explosion targeting you.
Okay.
Top card is Scroll Rack. Take 2 damage.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
You got this game.
Oh my goodness. Was the Draco in hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only
My hope, I'm like, all right, I guess I could cast this Erratic Explosion and maybe you'll just concede to it. I guess that was that would have been really good, like, to see it'd be recorded on camera and then, like, people realize that I wouldn't have done anything. So I guess I tried to play to my outs.
The scoop out. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that one. That's awesome. That's not awesome, but that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, the careful study, I was just trying to dig for a potential, circular logic.
Yeah.
But last card was Stifle, and I was like, on the off chance that he's got Draco in hand, maybe his second card makes a difference. It might be like a removal or a sweeper or something like that.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, if I can stifle that action, maybe it does something.
Yeah.
On the upside, maybe you just have it in your hand, and it's like, oh. There's no way to put back in Premodern, though, right?
Scroll Rack does.
Scroll Rack does. Okay.
Yeah, I can redo the card if you want. It's a 2-mana artifact. It has the ability to you pay 1 and tap it, and you set aside any number of cards in your hand. So if you set aside 2, then you take the top 2 cards of your library, those go into your hand, and then the 2 cards that you set aside go on top in any order.
Okay, so that actually could have made a difference.
I didn't have enough mana, but
at that point.
yeah. I was dead, but
the logic was still sound though. Okay,
yeah.
okay, sweet. So it wasn't that bad. Speaking of which, I might board out Stifles or tell you that I'm boarding out Stifles.
I'll take the play.
Sounds good.
Try my opening 7.
Yeah, we're on game 3.
I'm gonna keep this.
All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on the draw.
Yes.
I think this is too slow. Too slow. Had the wrong color mana too, but so are there any what other like combo decks are there in Premodern? I mean, this doesn't feel like a complete combo deck, but it's like a combo package. And,
it has like a package. There's a lot of different combo decks, but they like there are a ton. Like I would say there's like more combo decks than any other archetype. It's just degreeing levels of power and consistency.
Okay.
So I mean there's like replenish combo where you discard a bunch of enchantments and then replenish them back into play with opalescence and parallax wave and whatnot. There's a hermit druid combo deck where it just doesn't have any basics, so it puts its entire deck in its graveyard and then ends up reanimating a sutured ghoul to become like a giant creature. If you consider cool. Reanimator as kind of like a combo deck, it's also kind of like an aggro deck too. There's like a million of them. I can't think of that many right now. I guess some of them we kind of like is Oath of Druids like a combo deck? I mean it's more of a control shell, but it kind of has I don't know. It's not really a combo element, but I don't know.
Okay.
There's a ton. There, I'll let you know some of the resources where you can look at like decks and check out a bunch of them. But yeah, there are a lot of different kinds of decks. So
yeah, the Premodern website's been pretty sweet for me to be able to look at the visual spoiler of the decks. But I know there's more decks than just those decks in the primer.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, we'll bottom that. We'll keep this 6.
All right. I will start with a Bloodstained Mire. I'm gonna fetch down to 19.
Okay.
I will get a swamp. I am going to cast Duress.
Flooded Strand, Aquamoeba, Daze, Arrogant Worm, Forest, and Chill.
I will take I'll take Chill.
Yep.
And then you can go ahead.
So what does that tell me about your hand now, sir? I smell lightning bolts in my future. We'll draw for turn. We'll Flooded Strand past you.
Play a Mishra's Factory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Mesmeric Fiend.
So you take the card anyway. Yeah, we gotta do it. 19. We'll daze it. Put an island in our hand.
All right, I'm done after that.
All right. Island, where are you? All right, and you've got
4
5
cards
in
in
hand
hand.
still?
4.
4 cards in hand.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. We'll draw for turn. Island, pass to you.
I'll play another Mesmeric Fiend.
Oh, you dog. All right. Yeah, we've got Merfolk Looter, Rushing River, in addition to the Alchemiba Worm and Forest.
See here. I'm going to take. I'll take Merfolk Looter.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
Oh man, the boa constrictor is slowly tightening the squeeze. Oh man. Okay. Draw. Let's see here. Do I play into what I know you have in hand? Because what you took with the duress? I don't think so. Yeah, we'll pass to you.
I'll attack with Mesmeric Fiend.
Yeah, to 18.
I'm going
You're
to.
at 20. You're at 19.
I cast Dark Ritual.
Dark Ritual. Yeah, that resolves.
I will cast Hypnotic Specter.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that works. And the text on that is when it deals damage to me. Or
Combat
attacks?
damage to a player, you discard a card at random.
At random. Okay. All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. How can I play this? So 2/2, you hit for 3 a turn. If I go down, yeah. Well, I don't think you're sandbagging a land, so we're gonna come out with the Aquamoeba.
Okay.
And yeah, then we'll pass you the turn.
Okay. I guess I was not sandbagging it, but it's nice to draw it when it comes. I will. I'll Lightning Bolt Aquamoeba.
Oh man, yeah.
I'll activate this Mishra's Factory. I'll attack for 5.
Yeah, we'll go to 13.
You discard a card at random.
This just slipped out of potential winnability right here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
I'll just 5 and 6 would be a reroll. Right. Otherwise, you're more likely.
Oh yeah. So 3.
Okay.
Circular logic.
All right. Go ahead.
Draw. Okay. Hilarious as this is. Island and let's see, and the text on Fiend is when it leaves play or dies.
When it leaves play, it goes back to your hand.
Leaves play.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. We'll pass to you.
Okay.
Yes, you know these two.
I will I'll play a mountain. I'm gonna activate the factory and attack.
Okay. That damage.
Yep. So you take 5 and you discard a card at random. You're discarding an arrogant or
That's my out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
okay.
3, 4. Oh.
So
Yeah.
you can go ahead.
All right. It's me.
Yeah.
Draw. Yeah, there's I got nothing here. Daze and Stifle. G's.
The games. I mean, you're not. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, some leak.
I guess I do
I
have a
have
bolt.
no. I mean, you hit
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
I am functionally dead.
Yeah. I mean.
And you have the flying hippie. Which
Yeah, I do have a
hit
bolt
for
hand. So
5.
yeah, you. I mean, you are pretty dead. So, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely everything worked out in my favor in that game.
So I could have. So the decision point was, since I had the circular logic, I wanted to hold on to the. I put you on having a bolt in hand because you took the chill.
Sure.
And wait, was that true, or did you take?
I had a Pyroblast and a lightning bolt in my hand, and I ended up like drawing another lightning bolt. So yeah. Yeah, I just didn't. I kept a hand that had a Bloodstained Mire and a factory, and I got black mana for the Duress, the Mesmeric Fiend.
Okay.
I was hoping that I'd draw a way to cast the red spells.
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure I could resolve an Aquamoeba and have the circular logic backup. That's why I didn't play it on a 2.
Okay.
Which, in hindsight, I think that might have been where I lost the game, because then I would have untapped with the Amoeba, but then you drew
if you
the
for sure have a
source.
third, if you have a third land in your hand, then I think that play is more defendable. But if you have to draw the land, then it's kind of like, because I don't even have red mana at that point, and it's like, so basically for you to get punished, you would. I mean, I guess it feels bad, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I was trying to just think that, like, if I still think I make that play though, because I think I did have the third land.
Okay.
But just I guess taking the turn off. Maybe I'm supposed to play more aggressive to the board. But oh man, that was a blast. That was a lot of fun, man. I appreciate the games. Were there any plays that you wondered or that you think I made a mistake in? Besides that turn 2.
No, I know. I mean, like, I was for the first game. I had a bolt in hand for the longest time, so I was debating whether I needed to bolt you, and then you took enough damage that okay, my game plan was just to Erratic Explosion you. But then the question is there a point where I need to bolt the Basking Ruella? Because there were a couple times you pumped it in game 1, and I was thinking, I'm like, I'm okay. I felt like I was okay if you were using your mana. That I was just more worried about counter spells. So I ended up drawing a Duress like on the very last turn before I Duressed, and then I was able to Insidious Dreams. So you had one draw to draw another counter spell. So yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah, and it didn't seem like anything was wrong on your part.
I'm wondering, do you think I could have identified that you were on Draco earlier in the match and not have used the Avamaya Coast as many times as I did?
No, like, I mean,
there's no real, like, because those lands are so ubiquitous in any black red deck, right? Or is this the only?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's not like it's like a super common deck. I mean, I guess it's gaining a little bit of popularity because it won, I think, not this month but the month before.
Yeah, I listened to that podcast.
Yeah. So
like I was talking about it.
I've only seen. I don't know anyone else who has played it, I guess, other than the guy who won the tournament that month. I haven't seen anyone else play it. I've seen people play red-black decks in the past, though they're not very common either. And they're pretty much the same cards, other than having the Insidious Dreams combo. So it is very difficult. They're just like Dark Rituals and Mesmeric Fiends and Hypnotic Specters, and it's like it's the same set of cards, so it's really hard to differentiate from that point. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't fault you for. Plus, it's kind of like, what do you have to give up by like trying to save those points of life is like is your clock just like 4 turns slower or some number of turns slower, I don't know, then it's not
Yeah.
worth it, I don't think. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Good to hear that. I mean, my thing is like, in modern, it's very important to be able to identify within the first, two to three land drops what deck what
yeah.
you're playing against, and because I have like, let's see here, probably 8 matches of pre-modern under my
Okay.
belt. Like the sample size of decks that I've seen are is
Sure,
very
yeah, and
small.
yeah, it's
So
going to be a lot harder for you to even identify the decks. But the thing about, I guess I obviously modern is a more aggressive format. It's faster. But like there are
yeah,
pre-modern decks that like I was gonna say most of the time you'll have time to figure out what deck they are on, but that's not necessarily true. There are definitely decks that try and win on like turn 4, turn 3. If
yeah,
so,
okay,
so yeah, there's just a ton of decks and like people play whatever they want. It's like not even I think a lot of the people like in these tournaments they play what they love and they're not necessarily playing what they think is the best deck.
okay, okay.
So
Yeah, because I mean, I literally had like the mongoose and the root wallas and the I had weirbears in my original list, but they're not really played. I was looking at some of the threshold lists, like with Terravore and stuff that play weirbear, and I was like, I might get down with that.
yeah,
So my cuts against you were deep analysis. I thought that taking damage was a big no-no. I need to try
okay.
to preserve my life total. I cut a wonder because I didn't really see many blockers.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I need to get around, and then I cut one goose. Maybe I should have more threats in. I just felt like this was the slowest of my threats. Um, and then I brought in 3 blue blasts and 2 chills. The other cards on the board, I mean, I've got Gilded Drakes. I don't think that really does, or
No,
I don't think that really does much. I have 2 more Rushing Rivers. I don't really think there's much stuff for me to bounce, so maybe I could have cut the Rushing River that's main deck over the Nimble Goose.
yeah, I
I
mean,
just
I don't have like that many like really good targets, but there are certain spots where like you bouncing
I
something
need to
like a
bounce.
Hypnotic Specter if I have to Dark Ritual it out or something, or just getting back a card from a Mesmeric Fiend. Yeah, it's not particularly good, but yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
so I left the one in just kind of a catch-all just
Yeah,
in case there's a permanent I
yeah,
haven't seen.
I've had times where I play Blue Green Menace and it feels really bad, like when they do sneak a card down and you're like, oh, I just don't have anything to do about that now that
I
it's in
have
play.
I have literally no answers in my entire deck.
Yeah,
Worship, good luck, bud.
yeah,
Good luck,
yeah. So yeah, I think
So I
it's
have
okay
three.
to leave like a card like Rushing River.
Okay, I have 3 naturalizes and then 2 Tormods. No graveyard interaction with you. The naturalize I thought about for the arena, but I just felt like that arena is more as like a value card. It doesn't really catch me up from behind. And it definitely doesn't stop your combo.
Yeah,
Um, and then, do you think that the chill is worth in terms of slowing your explosion down to a 5 drop?
the cards you took out were, I think it's fine.
Uh,
It,
yeah,
um,
deep
deep
analysis
analysis, pretty
and
much. Um,
yeah, 3 deep analysis, a wonder, and a goose.
I think it's okay. I think it's reasonable. I mean, like definitely, like me trying to get to 5 mana, or it would be 6 mana, is a lot more. So that
Yeah,
definitely could just buy you enough time. I think that's a reasonable way to do it because pretty much. No, I mean the other half of the deck is just like black creatures. So I mean,
yeah.
but I can't fault you for. I think the chills are okay. I'm not sure if it's right. I don't know. This is the first time I've played this
Okay,
deck, so I'm not exactly
okay,
sure. So,
okay. Yeah, that's helpful though. Yeah, this is a really fun format, man.
yeah,
I love this stuff. This is great.
yeah.
Well, right on, Michael. I really appreciate the games. I'm gonna go hang out with my lady for a little bit.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, GG, so bud. Appreciate it. Good games. Catch you later.
Yeah, thanks. Good luck in the rest of your matches.
Yeah, you too. You
All
too.
right,
Bye bye.
bye.